In the quiet echoes of ancient scrolls and the solemn cadence of sermons, a question, persistent and probing, stirs beneath the surface of time. What if those celestial stories, the heavenly messengers of old, were more than mere myth? Could the beings that appeared in dazzling light or terrifying form hold secrets more complex than tradition permits? Today, we unravel a tale older than memory itself, a journey through the sacred pages of the Bible, to uncover whether the stories it tells speak solely of divine wonders or hint at something more. Encounters that stretch beyond this world and into the void of space. The Bible, in all its depth and doctrine, holds within it a reverence for the mysterious. Genesis 1:1 opens with, "In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth." An all-encompassing proclamation, but in its grand simplicity, questions arise. What lies beyond the heavens? Does the vast, uncharted expanse hide more than just stars? The silence of the Scripture on extraterrestrial life has both frustrated and fascinated scholars, sparking centuries of speculation. If God created all things visible and invisible, as stated in the Nicene Creed, could the invisible include realms and beings unknown to the biblical writers themselves? Ancient interpreters of these texts might have lacked the vocabulary to express concepts of galaxies and alien worlds. Yet even in their limited understanding, they seem to know that creation was more expansive than humanity could grasp. Psalm 8:3-4 marvels, "When I consider your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars, which you have set in place, what is mankind that you are mindful of them?" The implication here is profound. If the universe is vast beyond measure, is Earth the only cradle of life? Modern astronomy has shown us an ever-growing list of exoplanets that could potentially harbor life. So while the Bible doesn't explicitly speak of extraterrestrial life, its silence beckons us to question what lies hidden beyond the limits of Scripture and perception. Genesis 6:4 tells a tale that haunts the shadowy edges of interpretation. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God went to the daughters of humans and had children by them. Who were these mysterious Nephilim? Giants, perhaps, or something more? The ambiguity surrounding their origins has been a fertile ground for speculation. Were they simply powerful humans, or was their existence a sign of contact between earthly and otherworldly beings? Scholars throughout history have debated these questions, offering interpretations that range from the mundane to the extraordinary. Some argue that the sons of God were angelic beings who defied divine order, descending to Earth to merge with humans, thereby creating a hybrid race. This interpretation, while controversial, opens the door to more intriguing possibilities. Could these beings have been mistaken for gods or supernatural visitors by ancient civilizations? Erich von Däniken and proponents of the ancient astronaut theory suggest that the Nephilim could have been extraterrestrial in nature, their arrival documented through the eyes of those who lacked the scientific knowledge to understand what they were witnessing. The idea that the Nephilim were celestial travelers who influenced human history and development stretches the boundaries of traditional religious interpretations and asks us to reconsider the nature of these beings. If they were not divine messengers, who or what were they? Ephesians 6:12 paints a striking portrait of the cosmic battleground. "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms." This passage, steeped in rich imagery, acknowledges a world filled with non-corporeal entities. Angels, those radiant emissaries of divine will, and demons, fallen beings consumed by rebellion, are depicted not as bound to earth but as dwelling in higher realms, influencing the material world from afar. This concept naturally raises the question: could these beings be interpreted as extraterrestrial in nature? Traditional theology has often confined angels and demons to the domain of the spiritual, entities born from divine purpose, rather than alien worlds. Yet, thinkers like Jacques Vallée and J. Allen Hynek have explored the possibility that the phenomena we label as spiritual might intersect with what we now term extraterrestrial. They questioned if humanity's accounts of angelic visitations, marked by blinding light, sudden appearances, and cryptic messages, could be rooted in encounters with beings from beyond our planet. Angels are described as possessing abilities beyond human comprehension, appearing, disappearing, and moving through dimensions with ease. If these characteristics were witnessed in a contemporary setting, would we not consider them evidence of advanced technology or alien visitation? The Bible's description of angels and demons prompts us to reflect on how these stories align with modern narratives of UFOs and unexplainable sightings. The juxtaposition of divine beings with extraterrestrial visitors stirs debate that resonates through centuries. Angels in biblical stories do not descend in ships or speak of stars. They are messengers wrapped in radiant light, appearing with words of guidance or forewarning. Yet when stories of chariots of fire or clouds that lift prophets to the heavens emerge, how can we not pause to ask whether the witnesses of these events were recounting something inexplicable in their time? Were these descriptions symbolic, or did they attempt to depict technology far beyond their understanding? Stanton Friedman, a stalwart in the realm of UFO research, argued that humanity's religious texts might reflect interactions that would, in a different context, be recognized as encounters with extraterrestrial beings. Prophets in the Bible describe experiences filled with thunderous sounds, unearthly brightness, and interactions that transform the course of history. Ezekiel's vision of the wheel within a wheel, turning and glowing with divine fire, is one of the most famous examples, often cited by those who believe in ancient astronaut theories. This spectacle, complete with radiant light and motion, has been likened to descriptions of modern spacecraft, challenging the reader to interpret whether such accounts were metaphorical or recountings of technological phenomena beyond the prophet's grasp. The theory that extraterrestrial beings influenced early human development gained momentum through the work of thinkers like von Däniken. His books, marked by bold claims and tantalizing questions, invited a global audience to consider if myths and religious stories were inspired by visitors from beyond Earth. This theory posits that ancient people, equipped only with rudimentary understanding, would interpret encounters with advanced beings as divine interventions or the workings of gods. The Bible, along with other ancient texts, became a source of speculation, with passages re-examined through the lens of space exploration and extraterrestrial hypotheses. The story of Elijah's ascension to heaven in a chariot of fire and the guiding pillar of cloud that led the Israelites through the wilderness are moments that evoke the imagery of technological marvels. Were these descriptions born of divine power, or were they accounts of misunderstood encounters with beings possessing knowledge far beyond what humanity could fathom? While theologians often view these stories as manifestations of God's power, proponents of the ancient astronaut theory ask us to reconsider: were these symbols of faith or evidence of a historical reality that bridges the sacred and the extraterrestrial? The cultural context of the Bible did not include spaceships or interstellar travel, but our modern interpretations, shaped by science fiction and advancements in space exploration, allow us to revisit these stories with fresh eyes. Robert Lazar's revelations of supposed encounters with extraterrestrial crafts and the military's secretive handling of such phenomena add fuel to this fiery debate. If there was knowledge of extraterrestrial life, could it have influenced the sacred texts and traditions, that we now view as solely divine. Outro. As we close this chapter, the question remains, hovering like a spectral echo. Are the divine messengers of the Bible bound to the sacred, or do they hail from realms unknown, traversing the boundaries of belief and science? While mainstream theology holds fast to the divine, an undercurrent of curiosity suggests that the story may be richer and more layered than we dare imagine. Next time, we will take you deeper into another realm of ancient enigmas as we explore ancient Hindu texts, flying machines of the gods. Join us as we continue to unravel humanity's ancient ties to the mysteries of the cosmos. Follow us, engage, and ponder the possibilities as we invite you to journey with us into the next revelation.